Happy Friday, my friends, and welcome back into another edition of Prime Sports World. Thank you very much for checking us out here at Prime Sports World. On today's episode of the Prime, we're going to be swinging back into the UFL as we are trying to be the number one spot for all things UFL here at Prime Sports World. So if you're into the UFL and you're a fan of the UFL and you want all things UFL, please like, share, and subscribe to the podcast as we're going to be breaking down weekly action. We also had our season preview episode that aired on Monday. So if you want to go back and check out that content, we're just going to be bringing the UFL content. We're into spring football here at Prime Sports World, and we hope everybody else is excited about spring football as we are. On today's episode, we're going to be breaking down week number 1, and we're going to tell you the starting quarterbacks that are projected on each team as we will swing into week number 1, because there's a lot of quarterbacks and a lot of teams right now, but we'll tell you who's going to be the starters for each team in the UFL. Also, some key players to keep an eye out for: wide receiver positions, running back. So you're going to want to keep an eye out on Prime Sports World as we continue to bring you the UFL content you guys know and love. So yeah, please like, share, and subscribe. I'm David Huffman. Thank you very much for checking us out. Let's swing right into the matchups without wasting any more time. Number 1, the battle of the teams that won their respective leagues last year. Birmingham Stallions, who obviously won the USFL last year, going up against the kind of upset team, the Arlington Renegades. And yeah, these two teams are going head to head in Arlington, Texas, for basically bragging rights, who's the best team in the UFL. Right now, the line is Birmingham is 3.5 point favorites over under in this game, because that's a big part of the XFL. Or at least it was the XFL, and I'm sure it'll be a big part of the UFL as well, where betting was a big component of the broadcast. They would regularly talk about the line. They would regularly talk about the over-under. Over-under in this game between Birmingham and Arlington is at 42 points. The starting quarterback projected for both teams, Luis Perez, who was basically a godsend for the Arlington Renegades last year, going up against Jamar Smith of the Birmingham Stallions, as he beat out Matt Corral, former quarterback of Ole Miss. To the running back positions, we got Devon Smith for the Birmingham Stallions going up against hold on a second. Sorry, I don't see their running back here. So I'm not totally sure who the running back is for the Renegades. And then at wide receiver position, we got Amari Rogers, former Green Bay Packers, and Isaiah Winstead are of the Arlington Renegades here. But we'll talk about winning. The Arlington Renegades were a fantastic defensive football team last year. They really started clicking when Luis Perez became the starting quarterback of this football team. I will take Arlington in an upset, because Birmingham is the favorite. I think Arlington's going to win this game. To the battle of semi-Midwest teams, we got the St. Louis Battlehawks going into Michigan and taking on the Panthers. I do believe that this game is at Ford Field. That's where the Michigan Panthers play their home games. The home of the Detroit Lions. So, I mean, if you're a Detroit Lions fan, I bet you can get some Michigan Panther tickets pretty cheap. Go check out their stadium. Hold on a second. Let me make sure I know where they're playing. I just got my cat this new. Yeah, they're playing at Ford Field, so this game will be at Ford Field. Makes sense for them to play there. Swinging into some just the lineup stuff. So St. Louis is a 6.5 favorite over Michigan. The over/under is also 42 points for this game. The quarterback for the St. Louis Battlehawks is obviously AJ McCarron, one of the most popular players in the entire league, if you ask me. Going up against EJ Perry for the Michigan Panthers. The running backs for both teams is Wes Hills for the Michigan Panthers, and St. Louis is Wayne Gallman, former New York Giants running back. Wayne Gallman will be the starting running back for the St. Louis Battlehawks, and Hakeem Butler and Blake Jackson return for the Battlehawks. Hakeem Butler was a big-time player last year for the XFL, and then Trey Quinn is the best wide receiver for the Michigan Panthers. With all that being said, I think the St. Louis Battlehawks might be one of the best premier teams when it comes to the XFL and the USFL. They are going to win this game. I do not think this game will be remotely close. I don't know, but let me know if you think I'm wrong. If you think I'm off a little bit on the, I'm just not so sold on the Michigan Panthers there. I got the St. Louis Battlehawks and AJ McCarron. To the best team, probably arguably in the regular season, the best team in the XFL last year, the DC Defenders going up against the San Antonio Brahmas. With the DC Defenders obviously got beaten in the finals last year. San Antonio, I think they maybe got eliminated in the first round of the playoffs last year. I don't really remember. No, they missed the playoffs entirely. DC is a 6-point favorite in this particular matchup. The over/under is at 44 points. The starting quarterback for the DC Defenders were Jordan Tiamo, who won the MVP of the XFL last year, going up against Case Gabers, who will be the starting quarterback of the San Antonio Brahmas. To the running back position, looks like the starting running back for the DC Defenders will be Cameron Harris, as Abari Smith got injured early in the process, and Anthony McFarland, former NFL players, the starting running back for the San Antonio Brahmas. And then in the passing game, Jontre Kirkland is the starting wide receiver for San Antonio Brahmas, going against Kiki Kuchi, former Houston Texan, for the DC Defenders. But I don't know if it necessarily matters all that much, because I just think the DC Defenders are going to continue to be one of the elite teams of the UFL. They were the best team in the XFL last year by a wide margin. I know this game is in San Antonio at the Alamo Dome, but DC Defenders should go in there and win this game also very handily. To the final game, and we got two USFL teams going up against each other. First, we got the Memphis Showboats going into Houston, taking on those Roughnecks and Wade Phillips. Houston is a 1-point favorite in this game, and the over/under is 41 points in favor over on 41 points there between these two teams. To the quarterback position, it looks like Jarrett Garantano, former Tennessee Volunteer, will be the starting quarterback of the Houston Roughnecks, going up against hold on a second. Chase Cookus, I think that's how you pronounce that last name. I apologize if I'm butchering that, but he's the starting quarterback of the Memphis Showboats. To the running back position here, looks like Darius Victor will be the starting running back for the Memphis Showboats, going up against Mark Thompson. If you're interested in fantasy at all, Bleacher Report has him listed at the number 1 fantasy option at running back for the Houston Roughnecks. And then at the wide receiver position, looks like we're going to have so nobody in Memphis is listed as on this list here. Also, nobody listed for the Roughnecks. So the top 10 fantasy wide receivers, none of them appear on either of these two teams. So this may be a low-scoring affair. To the tight end position, we got the so the only time I mentioned the tight ends is because they got Sage Surratt. He's on the Memphis Showboats. But yeah, looking into the crystal ball here, I will remotely take the Houston Roughnecks. I don't know who's going to win this game. I'm going to go Houston Roughnecks. I think they're going to be at home. They got the advantage. And Wade Phillips is going to have this team playing good defense there for the Houston Roughnecks. I will take Houston to win this game. I do think this will be a low-scoring affair. I do think this game will be remotely pretty close when it comes to the final score. But let me know what you think down in the comments section. How do you think week 1 of the UFL? It's going to take me a hot minute to get used to saying that as opposed to the XFL, because we did cover the XFL every week here at Prime Sports World. And this is the UFL. This is our week 1 preview show. Thank you very much for checking us out here at Prime Sports World. And of course, please like, share, and subscribe to the podcast, as we're going to swing back into the NFL content next week with the mock draft show. We're also going to have the new rules in the NFL breakdown show as well. You don't want to miss any of that content. I'm David Huppman. Thank you very much for checking us out. And stay with us for all things UFL as we cover the season from beginning to end. Just on a side note, I think the UFL really missed an opportunity here. Like the XFL, the reason they were so popular immediately last season is because they started right after the Super Bowl. I think if the league had done that this year, because at this lull, I mean, people are still clamoring for the NFL, but if you had put it on immediately after the Super Bowl, I think the interest in this league would be even higher than it is now. But we'll see. Again, we will we will continue this content as long as the people continue checking it out. We'll continue bringing you the UFL content. So keep hitting that like button, keep hitting that subscribe button. Let us know if you're liking the content. I'm David Huffman. You all have a good stay and have a happy Easter as we're off until Monday. So you all have a good weekend and stay safe out there. Peace out.